Hi everyone and welcome back. I'm going to be working on my 2012 F-150. Now keep in mind, if you have a similar truck, similar in year, style, manufacturer, whether it's a 2012 or from 2009 to 2014, they're all the same. But if you have an older one or a new one, 2014 onwards, the problem still, the fix is still going to be the same, guys. All right. So the problem I have with this truck is that as I drive it, it doesn't matter for how long, but the longer, obviously, the worse it gets. But when I drive it, let's say for about 5 kilometers, I get out, I can smell a burnt smell. And I notice excessive amount of heat coming from the front brakes, and the brake rotors, they show signs of overheating, discoloring. So what's happening here, guys, is the caliper on this side is seized or is not moving freely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the rim, I'm going to take off the caliper, and I'm going to lubricate all the moving components. I'll show you guys, and that will fix my problem. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're going to start by taking off the left front wheel. Still smell the burnt front pad material on here. Safety stand, very important. Wheel is off. I'm going to still leave the hydraulic jack on, but it's been lowered on top of the safety jack at the back there. Safety number one, guys. I'm also going to turn the wheel so they can have better access to this. There's a sliding pin here and here, and I'm predicting one of them is seized. Let's take a look. Size 13. off these guys. Well, I gotta say, guys, that's the weirdest thing. Both of these are, they're moving freely. See that? See that? There's such strong smell of pad material riding on the rotor. I can't explain it. So something is, when they apply the brake, component of the brake is holding the pads tight onto this rotor. And if you guys look, you can see the discoloration here and in here. See that? That's not normal. So I'm going to check the pistons itself to see if that is what's causing it. Sometimes the piston, as you apply pressure, comes out, but it doesn't go back in because it's rusted on the inside. That could be it. I'm not sure, but we'll check. Guys, I gotta say, looks like the pistons themselves are moving freely as well. So this was option 1. Pistons themselves were option 2. The only other option that I can check is that the actual pads themselves are not moving freely within the caliper bracket itself. Yes, Anna. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Anna.
What do you want to?
And this one, you guys saw how freely that one comes out. So, thank you. Hmm. I'm gonna loop these guys up and put them back in. See if that makes a difference. I've never had anything like this. So just gonna put some copper anti-seize up here, and that's going to allow the pad, these points here, not to get stuck. Move freely. Everything is moving freely. Now, if this doesn't work, the only other thing that maybe is causing it is the caliper itself. So when they apply the brakes, the pistons push themselves out. When you let go of the brake, there's no hydraulic pressure behind here. The pistons are not going back. It causes the pads to constantly ride on the rotor, cause it to heat up. So let's take a look. I'm going to put everything back together and go for a roll test and see what happens. Try bar. Very heavy tires, hopefully. Fashion with muscle. Okay, everybody. I went for a road test, came back, and the brakes are fixed. So, just to recap, what was happening was the brakes were overheating. I can smell brake. I can feel the heat coming off the front rotors. Originally, I thought it was the sliders because that's the most common problem. 95% of the time, it's that. Well, that wasn't the case for me. I thought maybe it's the pistons. I did push the pistons back. I don't know if I freed them up or what, but I didn't think that was the cause. I did take off the pads and applied some copper anti-seize lubricant on those brake pads that allows them to move freely within the caliper bracket. And my opinion is I think it was that. I think that was starting to kind of not move freely, and as I let go of the brakes, the pads weren't moving back to its resting position and was constantly riding on the rotor and causing it to overheat. So hope you learned something from this. The big thing you can kind of learn from what I did was it's good to take the brake components, the caliper mostly out. If you have that same similar issue with the brake pads heating up, front brakes heating up, where you can smell things and feel quite a bit of heat coming off the front, is that if you take things, take your wheels off, inspect the brakes, apply lubricant, and even if things are not evident or right in your face, where it might be like the sliders, at least you've taken everything out, had a good glimpse at it, and have an idea of what you might be looking in when you go to a professional, a mechanic, that's going to give you a quote of replacing things that are not necessary. But always remember, if you don't have any experience with working on brakes on vehicles, please don't try this. Go see professionals. Professionals are there because they're professionals, they get paid well, so take all those with a grain of salt. Thanks again for watching.